This straight, honestly. Okay, so People magazine just put out this article on the 2nd of April, and I'm just now seeing it just now. And the headline is Gene Simmons says it's better to be a rich, miserable fuck after defending charging $12,000 for tour assistant job. So, this is like this is like a this is a man that has posted and stated time and time again. He even had a TV reality show with his family, a la like what Ozzy Osbourne did with his family and his wife and kids. And I believe what it was called was Gene Simmons Family Jewels or something like that. This is a guy that, like, I have to say that I shouldn't be goddamn, like, surprised by this. But this is a dude that literally would put the Kiss name or Gene Simmons name on everything. It's like that scene in Spaceballs where Yogurt is like, merchandising, would put the movie's name on everything. That's basically Gene Simmons has made absolutely no qualms about the fact that he will do anything to market himself. And they go into this in the article talking about how the reason he does this is because his mother and his mother escaped a concentration camp during World War II and came to the United States and had to work hard, like laborious blue collar in a factory work for next to nothing. And I have to say that, you know, the fact that people and immigrants had to come over here for years and everything like that at any point of the history of the United States and struggled to make a living working for United States industry, that in itself is a whole other thing that we could go into and we could talk about some other time, and I can provide my viewpoint on it, especially women in the workplace, in warehouses and factories, and what women had to go through in all of that. We could talk about that some other time. But what we're talking about right here is Gene Simmons. He has made no qualms about the fact that he will just merchandise the hell out of himself, out of his family, out of his band, out of everything, just to make money. This is probably why financially and business-wise he's been so successful. However, I should not be surprised that this is happening, charging $12,000 for a tour assistant job. So basically he is charging for he's charging for a job, basically. So instead of him paying somebody else to be his tour assistant, he's offered it as a commodity. Like, you can pay to work for me. Now, does that just seem really gosh darn like motherfucking like weird to anyone else? Because it certainly does to me. And I gotta tell you, more times often than not, I've disagreed with just basically anything that comes out of this man's mouth in the last, 20 years. And 20 years or so. Well, we'll say 20 years or so. But so, like, the Kiss bassist claims that creating a roadie concert ticket package came from the curiosity he had as a kid attending shows. No, Gene Simmons, it comes out of your need to merchandise and make money and make a commodity out of absolutely everything. Absolutely everything. Like, you make there was never a dollar that existed that you didn't want to possess. Okay? So you're basically, you are allowing someone to work for you if they pay you. This has absolutely nothing to do with you and your youth and you know, what was it like to be a rock star? Oh, fuck no. Come on. Come on. Seriously. And there's that, freaking take the sunglasses off. Gene Simmons is getting candid about money after he announced his upcoming tour would include a pricey roadie package. These declarations come weeks after Simmons defended the idea behind charging a fan over $12,000 to be his tour assistant for a day, i.e. work for Gene Simmons for $1. The Gene Simmons band kicks off their tour May 2nd. So, like, this isn't even Kiss. Gene Simmons is just happy to get rich and stay rich. And stay rich. Like, yeah. So he says, in his defense of it, the musician spoke, I'm just reading the article as you can see here. The musician spoke about his upbringing, in which he was raised as an only child by a single mother. I developed a harder skin, and for myself, realized that everything was about the search for power and money, which is not a very romantic notion. No, it's not. But I didn't want to be poor because I know what it felt like. Yeah, we all know what it felt like, but you're charging someone to work for you. Okay, Gene. Simmons noted that after surviving Nazi, this is what I was talking about earlier, about his mother, and what happened to her after she came to America. All I ever did was try to figure out how to become powerful and make lots of money for survival. The only thing money ever does really is give you the freedom to do stuff you actually like doing. Now, I mean, I have to agree with them on that. You know, with the right amount of money, everyone would do what they always want to do. Unfortunately, that's not in the cards for most people. For most people, including probably that person that went into debt. I mean, I'm just speculating here. I don't know, but I'm speculating. I'm guessing. Typically, a regular person like me, like, you know, probably people listening to this, they definitely probably went into debt to work for you for a day, Gene. Yeah. There are a lot of fame was nice being a part of Kiss, but there were a lot of famous people who are relatively poor. That's not a lot of fun. Yeah, just look at the recording industry. This is probably one of the reasons he felt like probably not just, you know, his mother's story and everything. That probably one of the reasons he felt like he had to merchandise basically the shirt off his back, to be as rich as he is. Because, yeah, I mean, not a lot of people know it, and some people are starting to find out exactly how predatory the recording industry really is. If you're not aware of it, like, I urge you to look into basically what it really means to record for a major label for the artist, involving finances, and educate yourself involving that. Because, and not, I'm not even trying to say it condescendingly. I'm trying to say it because it's still one of those things that people are starting to find out nowadays, that's how that world works for real. People are accepting it when musicians and famous, you know, artists are talking about how they are broke when it comes right down to it, because people have started being honest, or stories have gotten out there about how this all works. Still, I'm sorry, but Gene, really? There are a lot of industry types whose names you don't recognize who are filthy rich. It's better to be rich than poor. It really is. He concluded, and if you're a miserable fuck, it's still better to be a rich, miserable fuck. That's all I've ever tried to do. Yeah. Yeah, Gene. That's definitely what you've tried to do. This declaration comes weeks after Simmons announced he was charging over $12,000 a day for a fan to be his roadie in early March. $12,000 a day. So that means that indicates that multiple times somebody might do this, or multiple people. The official title of the role is Gene Simmons, the ultimate Gene Simmons experience, where one fan will spend the day with Simmons, helping him load in, helping him load in at the venue, set up for a concert, experience soundtrack, and spend time backstage. Also included is a used bass guitar from a past Kiss concert, along with an introduction on stage to the crowd during Simmons' gig. Only one fan is able to purchase the exclusive package per venue. So it's per venue. So every tour stop for that amount of money, $12,495, the fan can bring one guest with them, along with up to 4 items for Simmons to autograph. Wait. Okay, you guys can see on the screen that next sentence, right? You guys can see that next sentence, right? Oh my God. Tickets for the concert itself are not included with the ultimate Gene Simmons experience package. This smug motherfucker right there. If they're not included, what are they doing? What's going on? He said it stemmed from a curiosity as a child, wondering what it was like on stage, touring with a band and everything. Oh my God. You ride. I love how my I don't even know if that's going to be in the video, and to be completely honest, I don't know if I'm going to look like I have like a notification from Yankee Candle come up on my screen. Well, congratulations, Yankee Candle is got a sale going on. Just FYI, Yankee Candle got a sale going on. You ride with me to the gig. You can set up amplifiers and drums to your heart's content. You're on stage, right off stage to my right. You can video the crowds, whatever, and I pull you on stage. Okay, so technically, they're seeing the concert. Like, they're seeing the concert. But, like, yeah, so no, I'm not even really all that ticked about the ticket thing. They're seeing the concert. But it's backstage, and that is a different, kind of cool angle to see the concert, because you're right there where the action is happening, So, but I just thought this was funny. Like, Gene Simmons never met a dollar that he didn't want to possess, and would find anything he could to possess that dollar. I guess if you have $12,000 to spend to be a workhorse for Gene Simmons, I got some shit I want to sell you. That's all I got to say about that.